if you have had a breakup and you are unable to come out of that breakup depression, this video is going to literally blow your mind away. My name is Neha Bhatia, a very warm welcome to you. And today I'll be sharing with you how you can come out of this depression super fast, okay? So please make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Also this book, right? Make sure that you buy this book because we're giving a pre-launch, Frequency Matters, 21 Days to Raise Your Vibration. It's a very powerful book. People are loving it. They're seeing the changes in themselves just by reading it online, okay? And we'll be releasing the hard copy also very soon. And at the moment, we are only giving it for 300 rupees. So buy the pre-launch and start with the 21 days journey if you would like to, and start to see a change in yourself. Okay, once again, my name is Neha Bhatia and I'm a communication specialist, and I'm a neuro-linguistic programming trainer. There are many things that I have done in the past. In 15 years I've been a public speaker, I'm a meditation trainer, and I'm a yoga trainer as well. But neuro-linguistic programming is something that I highly recommend to people because this is something has literally changed my life along with meditations. So how you can really come out of depression with NLP and understand the psychology of depression, that is something I'm going to share with you. So let's just suppose, okay? Let's just suppose this is you, okay? This is you. And now, okay, I have to show myself as well. So this is you, and now what is happening is that you are a little bit, actually you're a lot, maybe a lot depressed, yeah? You're sad, you're depressed, and you're like, oh my God, I'm very depressed. I mean, today depression has become such a, people feel cool about saying it, you know, okay, I'm depressed. They lose something, I'm depressed. Okay, so you have to understand the whole psychology of depression. I'm going to share with you this circle that if you can understand it very well, you'll be able to understand that, okay, how I need to come out of it, okay? So a person who is depressed or goes into depression, there are lots of emotions that a person goes through, okay? The number one that a person goes through when he has depression is sadness, and which is the opposite of what? Happiness. So this person is definitely not happy, okay? There are people who could be angry but happy. There could be people who are fearful but they're happy. There could be people who are, have a little bit of guilt but they could be happy. But when the sadness kind of starts to come inside of you, that's the time it takes away you yourself. So watch it, okay? Watch it very carefully. This is sadness, okay? Watch this video till the end to understand in depth as to what depression is and how does it happen. So sadness, okay? I think you will not, because I'm using my front camera, so probably you will see the letters in reverse. But anyway, you understand, this is sadness, okay? Now what happens with sadness happens? The first thing that happens is we are not able to express ourselves, and also not able to express ourselves to the right person. For example, if you have had a breakup and you had a lot of love for this person, right? Now the breakup could also be just to break up with, with a person in a relationship. It doesn't have to be a loving relationship or boyfriend girlfriend relationship. It could also be a business partner relationship, or maybe just two friends, or maybe it could be a relationship of a brother sister, for example, right? So when there is a closure, when there is a breakup without the closure especially, that's the time sadness starts to come in, because I could not express myself what I had to say. On the other hand, you have to also understand that this sadness also happens because there was a lot of expression. So for example, let's say I had a tunnel where I could express my happiness, where I could express whatever I had to feel or whatever I experienced. And that tunnel automatically gets closed. That tunnel gets closed. How do I express myself? So please write down in the comment box or wherever you are, if you're watching this video. Depression means lack of expression. It starts with sadness. It could start with other emotion also, but sadness has to be there. Like one of the emotion, which is called sadness, will be there no matter what. If a person is going through depression, you may take number of medicines, go take medicines, it will not help, because that expression has to be there. Now you may say, what if that person has died? Then how do I express? I'm not asking you to express to that person verbally or in front of that person. I'm just saying having an expression with that person on a subconscious and on a vibrational level. Okay, so first thing is sadness. So when sadness happens, sadness could be of the past. Now how is this sadness happening? Now I'm gonna go very in depth, okay? Now what is happening is, for example, there is a particular coffee shop that you both used to go to, and now whenever you cross that, it kind of bothers you or something comes in the mind. Maybe you're working on yourself, so if something is not even coming to your mind, but if the closure has not happened, if the expression has not happened, still it will kind of put an impression on you. You have to learn, and in this session you will learn to become normal with coming out of breakup, really. Okay, so here's the thing. When the sadness is happening inside of you, right? So what is happening? You go to a particular place, or let's say you see something, or you hear a particular song, and all these things, all these memories are coming of this person, right? I'm just talking about one emotion right now, which is sadness. So what are these called? In NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, we call it anchors. So I am anchored to these things, right? For example, if somebody had a breakup and they are going to the same place that they used to go to a lot, they anchor to that place. So I remember one of the days, one of my friend told me a very beautiful story, and I want to share this with you. For example, there was a person, his name was X, and he had a pizza buddy known Y, okay, and he used to call him pizza buddy. So they both used to go to one place and have pizza every day, almost every day. It's too much to have pizza, by the way, but they used to have pizza together. And all of a sudden, this Y, he just leaves and goes away. All of a sudden, what happens is that this person started to dislike pizza, started to hate the fact that he has to alone eat the pizza. You understand what I'm saying? So these are called anchors. When you see something, hear something, or feel something, right? This is a trigger. And the moment you have an experience of something by looking or by seeing or hearing, feeling, when it's clubbed, it's called anchored. You are anchored. So when somebody goes into depression and when they come to me, I just remove their anchors within a few minutes. We start with top 3-4 anchors. When they are removed, you experience massive happiness all of a sudden. Why? Because now those triggers are not bothering you at all, and we have changed the whole response, right? So you have to understand this one thing, that this sadness is not just because of the person or the love, or that person really took care of me or gave me a lot of importance, because your need of importance, your need of love was all associated with that person, right? So sadness is happening because of all those triggers and all those anchors, okay? Now, when you're not able to express the sadness, let's say even you haven't taken any medicine, you're not going for a yoga class, or you're not doing anything about it, but you're feeling it by yourself, and let's say if you're going to somebody also discussing about it, but maybe it can help but not much, you have to be with somebody who can help you get connected to this person, because of you're experiencing the sadness with on a vibrational, on a subconscious level. You need to be with somebody like that. It could be a therapist, it could be me, it could be anybody. Right now what happens is, when the sadness, hear me out, very, very important, when the sadness is at the peak, right, it may convert into these two emotions, anger or guilt. Anger or guilt, okay? Anger or guilt. Now hear me out. Now let's say the sadness wouldn't be there for some time, it will go away. Sometimes all the emotions can be there together as well, okay? But when it's at the peak and you still can't express, dealing with it, and becoming tired of dealing with it, right, it turns into anger. Now the anger could be on the other person, anger could be on your own self, it could also be sometimes blame. Yeah, with anger will come a lot of blame as well, okay? And sometimes it could also be guilt, that you're feeling guilty. Why did I even, for example, if the breakup has happened because of the steps that you did not take to make the relationship work or make it stronger, so the guilt will start to come up inside of you. You'll also have regrets, that why the hell I even got into such a relationship, like I gave so much of time for this, and then you'll start to curse yourself, and that self-worthiness will just start to vanish, and you will start to question your own self-worthiness. You'll start to hate yourself. So I'm not going to explain all the emotions, but I'm just going to talk about these two. Anger will be the one. So let's say if there'll be anger, it will go on the peak, okay? It will build up. And what is that build up? Lack of expression, depression, right? and anger will build up, and the moment it is built up and you're still not able to express it, so it will be expressed in different forms. For example, it could be expressed in that, you are not being good to yourself, you're not taking care of yourself, you start to have alcohol, for example, right? That's also a sign of anger peaking, right? The peak of anger. Or if you're not able to express it in any way, it will transform into guilt. Yeah. And then if the guilt is also not expressed, it will transform into, let's say, blame. There are many more emotions, but I'm just talking about these three top ones when it comes to depressions, okay? And regret also is there. So hear me out. Whenever there is a peak of it, no expression, it will turn into another. When there is a peak of this, no expression, it will turn into again sadness. Then again you'll get tired. Again you'll be like, I'm tired, I'm not getting the response, I'm not getting the results, I want to be happy, I want to be happy, I want to be happy, and I'm not being able to be happy. Right? Because a lot of your things were associated with this person. Your whole life was kind of designed, making this person a very important person in your life, keeping them as one of the parameters. That was one of the parameters for you. So depression is simply lack of expression. But what is that lack of expression? When you can't express your sadness, when you can't express your anger, when you can't express your guilt. Like, if you must have noticed, if you saw my previous video that I posted about one of my clients, Suma, she was going through all of this. In one session, I helped her remove completely. And she's like, Neha, you won't believe that my whole life is all of a sudden changed. Why? Because I just removed all the triggers. I didn't really remove, but I just changed the responses of the triggers. Now, if you do it by your own self, your own conscious mind will not be able to, help you out. But I'm still saying, just understand this whole cycle. This is how a person gets into depression. Okay? And it's mostly to do with past. P-A-S-T, past. You also have past painful memories, right? Sometimes when it is not dealt in the right way, it can also bring a lot of unworthiness, and you will start to hate being in a relationship. You will start to just define yourself as a person that you can't be in a relationship. You will also be less open to meeting new people, or even meeting new girls or boys, depending on who is watching this video, who has gone through a breakup. Are you a man or a woman? So you need to really correct this, okay? And then you need to create a pathway for yourself of what kind of a person you want to be with in the future. Maybe you don't have to be with somebody immediately, maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, but you want to open up yourself to receiving this person in your life. Because at the end of the day, we go through breakups every day. Do you know that? It's not just the breakup with relationships. Sometimes we break our commitment. Sometimes we break break our own thought patterns. Sometimes we break our own worthiness. There is so much of breakup. The cells are breaking, always. There is so much of changes happening in the body. There's always a breakup happening. But when a breakup happens with a person and in a relationship, and at that time, it's important that you first accept it. Okay, this is what has happened. And yes, sometimes a memory can come, but don't be in it too much. Otherwise, it's going to destroy you. And the worst that it's going to do to you is your own worthiness, which I don't want to happen for you. Okay? Because when that happens, it is going to affect your confidence. It is going to affect your actions. It is going to affect your results in all the other areas of your life as well. You will not take care of your body. You will not take care of your work. You will not be able to go for your work and put complete attention. Your focus will be, it's like one part of your mind is always dealing with this. And the moment, let's say you're working and you're focused, and all of a sudden when this comes, you're just like this. Because you're anchored. And do you notice, like, my eyes are just there. And then people who have depression, their eyes, we can just check with their eyes as to where their mind is going. It's in the past, in the future, or where exactly is it. So that's why when you do all these neuro-linguistic programming techniques or yoga or even meditation, all of a sudden, slowly, with NLP it's very, very fast, but with other things, slowly and gradually, you can start to change all these triggers, okay? And the point is that if you want to change it, if you really want to come out of it, if you want to still be there, then it's up to you, because they say miseries are people's best possessions, So if you still want to be in the misery, it's totally up to you. But I always believe this one thing when it comes to loving myself, is that I have this beautiful energy around me. I can call it my aura, for example. And when I am sad, it looks at me like this and it says, why are you sad? I want to be with you. I want to help you. Can you please talk to me? It could be my soul, for example. I'm so much in my past memory or with that person who I've had a breakup with, for example, that I'm not attending to my own soul, right? So you lose the connect with your own self. So please remember this cycle and make sure that it could be any kind of other breakup as well. Always make sure that you come back to this video and work on yourself, and with neuro-linguistic programming we can help you change all this in just 1 or 2 sessions, okay? Please do get in touch with us if you would like to, and make sure that you book this pre-launch book as well, so that your life can start to transform with the vibrational change in your life. And I look forward to meeting you again in the next video. Make sure that you do subscribe to this channel. Bye.